What's up and welcome to the what annual brunchies?
Ooh,
Ooh, how many brunchies have we done?
I don't know. The history of this podcast is
at
Yeah,
is
it's
up
least
for
five.
shaky.
discussion.
Yeah.
At least five. I don't know if did we do them in the first go around? Did we do brunchy awards?
I don't know.
I don't
All right.
remember.
So,
But
okay.
since we've been
So,
back, I think this is five.
all right.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Sure.
Uh, sure. Let's do it. All right. Well, what's up and
Fifth
welcome
annual.
to the fifth and a half
There you go.
Brunchy Awards.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're going to be going through all of our favorite things and the worst things of the past year. It's our annual award show, The Brunchies. If this is your first time listening to the show, you're going to enjoy a great episode of you probably disagreeing with everything we have to say about 2024. So enjoy it. Dan, let everybody know where they can find all the great Brunchies content and let us know where they can buy that jacket.
Uh, just go to Amazon and ask Rufus because I know Rufus is on Amazon and that's where this jacket came from. So shout out to your boy Rufus there. Oh, he might win Bruncher of the Year, Rufus. He or she, whoever Rufus may be, is where you can find this amazing gold reflective jacket if you're watching the video episodes. Let's actually start there. Where can you find the video episodes? YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Every Wednesday, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, but on demand anytime you want to watch after that. What if you're just like, hey, listen, I can't do the video. Audio, I'm in the car, I'm on the train, I'm on the whatever, I'm on the go. I need the audio. Old school podcasting, bro. And we're everywhere for that. It's that simple. There's a long list, but it's everywhere. Okay. And those new episodes come out every Wednesday. Hit follow, hit subscribe, let the episode come straight to you. That simple. And leave us a review while we're there. We very much appreciate your feedback. We are everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. You can find various clips and you can let us know what you want us to talk about on the Brunch Breakdown. We appreciate your feedback there as well. And of course, we talk music each and every week. We call that the Sounds of Brunch playlist, and we update that on Spotify, exclusively on Spotify, each and every Friday. And I have a feeling that this week there's going to be some good, some bad, some all-around music to kick you off into 2025. Enjoy.
Absolutely. And Spotify is made an announcement. They're full tripling down on video, specifically video podcasts and video content. So
We love that.
Probably
Love that.
because
We
of
love
the impact we've made.
there you go.
Top 20. Top 20 percenters over here.
Go.
There's our first award. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's give out our first brunchy. And so let's give out the Brunchy Award for the best thing we drank this year. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Christopher Gates, what is the best thing you drank in 2024?
Yeah, we're a podcast that focuses so much on the brews, the beer, but actually, boys, my award for the best thing that I drank this year goes to a different type of alcoholic beverage. I had a blood orange margarita at a cocoa themed restaurant in Epcot that hit me like no other drink has hit me in 2024. And so I don't remember the name of that restaurant. It's in Epcot. You go to Mexico and you're going to go in like the big pyramid looking thing, and you get in there and you feel like you're in the movie Coco. They got a mariachi band playing and everything. It's great. So part of it was probably, the environment that I was in too, because I love Mexican food and that culture. But yeah, man, that blood orange margarita, I've never had that type of drink before. Like a blood orange margarita. It's fantastic. Hit the spot in the middle of a day, a marathon day with kids at Disney. It was perfectly timed and tasted perfect.
Beautiful. I like it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like it.
Going in strong.
Well, I'll go next. The best thing I drank this year, the brunchy definitely goes to Maggie's Farm. Smoky pineapple rum. Uh, this was the best thing I've ever had. Easily,
Boom.
easily, easily. I mean, I don't like rum. I don't like it all that much. Dan brought me the bottle back, and I'm telling you, I don't want this bottle to ever go away. Like, I've never poured like when you make drinks at your house, you don't really use shot glasses. You don't really measure, you know? I
Right.
measure with this because I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it all. I don't want to use it all. I like it's so good, it's ridiculous. And yeah, shout outs to Maggie's Farm Rum. Smoky pineapple, 50-50. Incredible.
Great call. Great call. And a great choice. Shout out to Maggie's for that. This was a challenge. It's always a challenge, a category for me. I went back and forth on a couple great nominations. But the brunchy for me has to go to one of the favorite breweries of the pod, Hitchhiker, with their first time ever easy as pie pumpkin spice latte white stout. Just blew me away this year. Something that brewery typically kind of stays away from in terms of the pumpkin spicy stuff. They do everything else so well, but there was just so much pumpkin and coffee and cinnamon and marshmallow in this thing, and it drank so smooth. And of course, your boy's a little biased, just a tad towards the pumpkin. So there were some great choices out there this year. I went back through my Untapped. I said, all right, what did I rank the highest? This was in a tie for a 4.5. We had no 5 this year, but this was pretty damn close. So shout out to Hitchhiker, the easiest pie, pumpkin spice latte, white stout. Phenomenal. It was made for your boy. Call that the Steel City. That's all you need.
Just go there, ask for the Steel City. They know what's up.
They know.
Love it. Well, those are the best things we drank this year. Let us know the best thing you drank at Brunch Breakdown. Hit us up. Let us know what's the best thing you drank, and let us know if you've had any of the things that we drank. And if you're like you guys are trash, like drink more margaritas or drink better rum or drink better beer. Maybe you'll say that too. All right.
Probably.
Well, let's go to our next category. Let's get into the music of it all and give out the best song brunchy this year. Dan, since you're talking, let's go. Best song of the year.
Boy, music. This is where it gets challenging. I thought beer was challenging. Music couldn't be any more challenging. I mean, the nominations in this category are outrageous. Hot to Go, Chapel Roan, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, Taste, Sabrina Carpenter. I'm calling an audible here. I had one song written down. I'm calling an audible here. I was going to give this to 21 Pilots for next semester, but the award goes to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, like it's in my heart of hearts, and I'm using my brain and my heart there. I'm giving it to Sabrina Carpenter. That song, I was so on board with that song when it first came out. Dee, when we had an episode back in the spring, it was just you and I talking about songs of the summer, and that song was just starting to kind of get some momentum because it came out a little bit. The timing was a little odd on it, and it just took off. It just got on a rocket ship and took off. So, Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter, congratulations, song of the year.
Like it, Christopher. Song of the year.
Song of the year for me from a band that you've only heard of if you listen to this podcast, but it's the song that I listened to the most this year from a band called Honey Creek. They not a lot of people know of them. They are a fantastic pop punk band. I've mentioned this a few times on the podcast before. They are from the great state of Wisconsin, so there's obviously a personal bias and a tie-in right there, since that is where I'm from. But yeah, their song Dollar Signs was my favorite song of the year. I listened to it kind of a disgusting amount of times, but it's just that damn good. Talking about getting so filthy rich that everybody you know starts to hate you. Like there's just a lot of energy into it. There's a lot. It's a vibe. I love that song, man. So that's my song of the year, Honey Creek Dollar Signs.
Love it. Love it. All right. My song of the year, I could have went a bunch of different ways with this. And I still don't even know which way I'm gonna go. So whatever comes out of my mouth, I'm probably gonna be like, damn it, I was wrong. I am going with Protector by Beyonce because no
Whoa.
song this year made me cry in my car. And it did. I'm like, oh my God, am I crying? This is the most beautiful song about a child that I've ever listened to in my life. And it's just said in ways that I talk about my children. And I was like, this is amazing. So Protector by Beyonce, but if it wasn't that, it was gonna be TGIF by Glorilla. So if you haven't heard TGIF by Glorilla, go listen to that too. But Protector by Beyonce, that is my number one song. That is my best song of the year. Beyonce,
Wow.
come get your brunchy.
A little bit of a surprise on that one, but I dig it. I dig it.
Come get your brunchy. Do you think Beyonce shows up to the brunchies?
Maybe not this year.
She's probably streaming it right now.
Yeah, she is.
She watches the video on Spotify.
Yes. Shout out to Beyonce. All right. Well, let's get into my favorite category. The worst song of 2024. It's my favorite category of the brunchies. Worst song of 2024. And I will start. I don't know if you guys heard this. Because at first I was gonna go with something that Dan put on the playlist in January, which was Christina and the Queens, Staying Alive. But that was it all year long. I was like, I already know
Okay.
my worst song. No. For some reason, Luke Bryan. Wait, let me say it a different way. Quavo, Teddy Swims. I'm in. Luke Bryan.
No,
Right.
And the song's called
Right.
Georgia.
no.
And I don't know why this happened, but it is bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad that I don't even want to tell people to go listen to it. It's just a terrible song. And it makes no sense. It's just so weird to be like, Quavo, Teddy Swims. Okay, I'm all in. Luke
Yeah.
Bryan, out. Out. And the song's called Georgia, and it's just bad. Bad, 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 bad. Like, worst song of 2024. Why? I don't even know why they did this.
That's a great choice.
Yeah, I haven't heard that, but I believe it because if you, I like country music, but you put Luke Bryan on anything and it just becomes the most cringy thing you've ever heard of. And especially if you put Luke Bryan on a song where like the title of it is so clearly like pandering style country, like it's called Georgia. Are you kidding me? I know exactly what he's going to say in that song. He has a song called like That's Why I'm Country. And it's like, no, I don't, I know the words to this song and I'm not even going to listen to it. So just stop. I hate Luke Bryan. So I probably will listen to this just to hear how much I hate it, but I haven't heard it and it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I got excited. I got nervously excited when I saw the artist on it, and I'm like, hopefully Luke Bryan's just like a real small piece of this. And it didn't take long to figure out that is not the case, and the song is terrible. So
It's not.
fantastic choice.
No. But yeah. Well, it just only there's one song this year that made me just say, why? Why did they
Yeah.
do this? Why?
Yeah.
Who called Luke Bryan? Or did Luke Bryan call them? I just need to know who added Luke Bryan to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was like, you know who'd be great on this, guys? LB. Yeah, Luke Bryan. Yeah. Let's give him a call. Let's give him a call.
Just
Does me a favor.
I just don't know. Oh. Well, guys, worst song 2024. Go for it.
Go ahead, Dan.
Didi, I think you'll agree with me on this one. I know this is going to be very controversial to most people listening. Benson Boone, Beautiful Things. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get this guy. I don't know why people like this guy. I don't need to hear songs where it sounds like somebody's, like being waterboarded and, being forced to sing out their, last hopes and dreams. I just can't do it with the voice, with the look, with Benson Bum. More like Benson Bum. I don't I'm not on board. I'm not on board. So congratulations, you win a brunchy.
Yeah. I remember that name coming up on an episode a few months ago, and like I was like describing what I pictured him as, and Dan was just like, "Yes, everything you're picturing, yes."
Right.
So I feel like I'm on board with that one too. Um, okay, so barring like a very clear ya ya ding dong type of situation, I struggle to have songs that I just know that I hate because the beauty of life in 2024, 2025 is like you can just funnel the stuff you like directly to you all the time. Spotify knows me very well. I don't get many songs where it's like, oh, no, 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 please, please stop. So I just did some Googling. I was like, what did other people hate this year? Maybe that'll give me some inspiration. And two artists came up in like every top 10 list of worst songs from 2024 that I could find. So we got co-winners here. I have not listened to either of these two songs. So if you two disagree, please feel free to express why. But Bigfoot by Nicki Minaj and Woman's World by Katy Perry were the two songs that I saw in like
Oh, that's good.
every single list. So shout out to you two. I haven't listened to either of their music in probably like 5 to 7 years now at this point. So I couldn't tell you what's in those tracks, but it sounds like they're terrible.
Okay, let me tell you. Katy Perry's Woman's World is 100% somebody's worst song of 2024. Terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. And if you look up anything about Katy Perry's press run during her like album promotion is the worst thing of 2024.
Okay.
The reason why Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot would be on anyone's worst list because that song's awesome is because Megan Thee Stallion, it's a song ripping on Megan Thee Stallion because Megan Thee Stallion ripped on Nicki Minaj. But Nicki Minaj, and because of the world that we live in now, people are a little bit more sensitive with their rap battles and things, even though everybody had no problem calling Drake a pedophile all year. But listen, Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot, and the whole chorus is talking about getting on your good foot. And so people called that Tasteless by Nicki Minaj because she makes fun of Megan Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot. But the song is classic Nicki, and it's awesome. Like, if you were ever a fan of Nicki Minaj at any point, Bigfoot is awesome. So I see why it's on there because I know people just didn't like that so much. But, like, I like my rappers to be ignorant.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nikki for staying Nikki. Nikki's just staying Nikki. She's like, this is who I am, and I'm going to keep doing it. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm the GOAT. Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
She found her niche, and she's just sticking to it. I think, I don't know. It's on the same note, like, the Nikki and you mentioned Drake, like, we've been with them for a long time now, right?
Long time.
Yeah. So, like, we're not getting into internet beef with people anymore. Like, can we stop? Just stop. Like, what? It's not middle school, right? We're not in high school anymore. Just stop it. Just stop doing like, oh, she said this on me on the internet. I'm gonna write a song about like, come on. You're like 42 probably. Can we just relax? It's too much. I can't keep up with it. So whatever. Those are my picks.
If I want adults having beef with each other, I just turn on Monday Night Raw, and that's where I get my fix there. So
there you go. That's actually, that's a sensible outlet because we all know why that's there, right? Like it's there for the drama. But
yeah, moving to Netflix, January 6th, by the way. So if you're looking for Monday Night Raw on your classic cable station where it's been for the past 35 years, it's Netflix time. It's Netflix era.
Okay, well then, Dan, what's the best thing you watched this year? Let's just move right
into
it.
Oh,
whoa! Just
sorry, Dee,
kicking the ship.
I didn't mean to step on your toes, but I know you've got.
That was good though.
You're trying to recover with the whole mouth thing, so I thought I'd just do that transition for you. You can save it up for the next one, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. I like it.
No,
let's
go.
It's
smooth segue though, there, Christopher. I like it. Best thing I watched this year. I want to give a shout out to runner up in nomination What We Do in the Shadows. That it's not new. I discovered it this year. It's a show on FX about vampires in today's world. And once you get past like the first, there's a couple seasons, and in fact, there are going to be on their last season. Once you get past like the first 3 episodes, it's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. Absolutely one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. I can't stop loving this show. And guess what? It's like 23 minutes on Hulu. Perfect. Beautiful. But in a year such as this, every other year, this award is given to this event, the Paris Summer Olympics. That's all I got to say. The Paris Summer Olympics, best thing I watched this year. Peacock, Didi, I don't know if you got one of these. Peacock did their kind of version of Wrapped for the year, like Spotify Wrapped. They did a Peacock version. And the amount of hours of sports that it said I watched, and I got a gold medal in streaming the Olympics.
How proud were you?
Oh, so excited, so proud. I was almost like, this is it. There's not I need something better than this. I should get a couple golds at least. It was heavy. It was a lot of hours of streaming the Summer Olympics. So the Paris Summer Olympics, best thing I watched this year by far.
Nice. Chris, what's the best thing you watched?
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Yeah.
Sorry.
So funny.
It's nothing you said. I just we'll talk about it after we are done recording.
Dude, it happens when you just talk about when you talk about shows on the cock, it's what happens, dude.
I know. I went to Spotify Wrapped on Peacock, and then my brain went to Cock Wrapped, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Wow, there was.
That's what they should call it.
Come on, Chris, what are we in middle school?
And then people could go on social media and be like, "Hey, bro," Okay. Anyway,
the cock. You see that show on the cock?
Yeah. What's in your cock wrap, bro? Anyway.
Oh, I can't wait for that Trojan commercial.
That's a crossover.
Trojan and Peacock collaboration coming your way.
Yeah. Hey, get a little discount code or something. No, that's what I had too. And I had the Paris Olympics, and I mean, it's obviously wildly entertaining whenever we have the Olympics, and it's so much fun for a few weeks to have just like nonstop. Like, I love sports that random shit don't get to see. But my girls like fell in love with the gymnastics this time around, and while that caused some near-death situations in my house, they would like watch Simone Biles and then like try to do her floor routine while they were like, it was a lot of fun. So that was a cool add-on to why the Olympics were my top pick this year.
Nice. Well, the best thing I watched this year, I want to give a special runner-up to Jamie Foxx's Netflix special. What had happened was he's literally the most talented entertainer in the history of the world. Like, he just is, and he does it all in that special, and it's pretty cool at the age he's at, like 55, almost 60. I don't know, like, just to do that, it's incredible. But best thing I watched, Wicked. Wicked is incredible. Ooh. Like, I don't know. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. I don't know how they pulled this off. I just don't know how you pull something off like this with the musical of the 21st century that basically everyone knows. The main songs, these things, and just to be able to pull this off and to have it be universally liked and loved, and it's just so freaking good. And I can't wait to watch it again. And Siobhan went to go see it with Saoirse and like some of her classmate friends or whatever, and now we do nothing but listen to the Wicked soundtrack, which is not great because I don't like listening to musical soundtracks. I never have. I love musicals. I've never liked listening to the music in my car. Never have. So that's a whole thing going on. Like, you just want to listen to little Chaperone Kids Bop versions over here? I like listening to those. I don't really want to listen to popular on repeat. But anyhow, Wicked, best thing I watched this year for sure. Just, it's amazing. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's incredible. And I can't wait for part 2 next November.
Hey, can I?
Go ahead, Chris.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. You'll go. I'll go. I want to tell a quick story. You were talking about musical soundtracks, and we were out last night at a place, just casual, whatever, and then we roll in and it's like, oh, it's karaoke night. And I'm like, what? Why are we doing this here? This is not a place for karaoke. This isn't like a bar. This is like, why are we doing karaoke here? It's a small place. And some girl just casually out of nowhere, she's sitting there with her husband. She gets up and she's like, I'm going to do my shot from Hamilton. And I was like, what? And she just like ripped it, nailed it. It was unbelievable. Out of nowhere. Just this like 30-some-year-old girl. She's just like, boom. And she's just like spitting it, like never taking a breath. I'm like, geez. She got like a standing ovation. It was absolutely wild. So more of that. More of that. Less soundtracks in the car. More live karaoke of musicals.
Yeah. Well, kudos to you.
It's odd.
Kudos to you for staying. I feel like I have vivid memories.
That's why we
of-
stayed. When we saw that, we were like, I guess we should stay for a while. This is kind of entertaining.
Yeah, maybe the rest of them are good. Maybe it's like invite only night.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I have vivid memories of walking into bars with Dee and like he would see somebody singing on a microphone and then we would just leave.
Walk out.
Yeah.
There's got to
Yeah,
be a better
I was
place
like-
to be.
Right. We were like, when should we go?
Oh, well. What's next?
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. That's the thing about my
You s-
tangents, man. They come and go. They come and
come
go.
and
Too
go.
focused on Peacock Unwrapped. Wrapped.
Don't
or unwrapped.
Don't bring that
Unwrapped.
back up. I need to focus. Okay? There's a lot of other topics here. I got to focus.
It's a family
All right.
show.
Yeah.
Favorite sports moment of 2024. Let's jump into it. My favorite sports moment of 2024. LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, and the rest of you, all of it, not the coaches. Don't come. Don't come get your brunchy. This is not for you. Coach Carmelo from the sideline is who gets it. Watching Team USA basketball come back from 15 against Serbia and then dominate France in the gold medal game is the first time in my life I've ever been so proud to be an American. I got to tell you, like I wanted to put a flag up on the house. I wanted to buy all American flag gear. I've never been a patriotic person. I just never have been. And that moment made me feel, watching Steph, they were calling him the devil on France's like whatever basketball network. Like in France, they're calling him the devil. That is how much he was taking it from France. And it was amazing. Like watching them do this and like watching these players that I love so much come together as one to bring home the gold medal, and watching Carmelo from the sideline coach him up and just say, fuck you, Steve Kerr. You don't know shit. What are we doing running plays? We got Steph, KD, and LeBron out here. Why are we running plays? Everything about it is the most incredible thing I've watched in sports in years and years and years. And like, man, I got to tell you. And also, just the fact that like I watch the Olympics for entertainment and for just amazing athleticism and all these things, right? I've never watch it for just being like, oh yeah, like USA. I never do. It's cool when someone from USA does something, like that's fun, but I never watch it being like so patriotic. But man, I've never been more patriotic than I was watching USA basketball. So favorite sports moment for sure. Come get your brunchy, everybody but the coaches.
That was so good that I feel like it has ruined NBA basketball. Like,
Yeah. Ratings
nobody's
way down.
even
They're like-
nobody's even talking about the NBA, and I feel like it's because all the players showed like determination and passion and like the want, and then we start the NBA regular season. They're like, well, we got like 80 of these games,
Mhm.
Yep.
and it just
It showed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It showed a serious flaw in the NBA's issues, but it's like, no, it's really fun whenever you put like a short amount of games and everybody's playing really hard, not 82 of them. When you can literally take off like 2 months of the season, still make the playoffs. It's great. Anyways, that was my favorite sports moment, guys.
Well, I'll go right into it because mine's also Olympics related, of course. Of course it is. Plenty to choose from, though. That was certainly a great one. But Noah Lyles winning the gold in the 100 meter was like chills. I was screaming. It was unbelievable. The tension about how close it was. We didn't know right away. Remember that photo finish? How
30
close that
seconds.
was? Like unbelievable. And to win gold and bring it back to the USA for the first time in a long time, many Olympics since an American man has been fastest in the world, and all this hype around Noah Lyles and him coming through. on the 100 meter. I mean, I was celebrating like no other, like absolutely no other. And yeah, that was a moment I'll long not forget, but definitely my favorite sports moment of the year. I mean, gosh, the Olympics were crazy, man. They were amazing, except for the Olympic ceremonies. Other than that, shout out to Celine, but Noah Lyles. Yeah, favorite sports moment.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys wouldn't do this. I was really hoping like Didi would be like something his kid did at like did gymnastics or something, like really zoom it in, not do like global victories because I'm going to zoom us in, boys, and I'm going to bring us all the way to the middle of football season for Thursday night football, okay? Because at the end of the day, in terms of what I really care about, it has been narrowed down to like one thing in the sports world. And the rest of it's just like, okay. Listeners to this podcast are no strangers to my affinity for pit football. And boy, was it fun there for a while. Capped off by a Thursday night game where we kicked the ever-living shit out of Syracuse. And we had 5 interceptions. Multiple of them went for touchdowns. My favorite play in all of sports, my favorite type of play in all of sports is the sudden change. Okay? So interception, return. Maybe fumble, pick it up, return it. Maybe you block a punt, block a kick, pick it up, run with it. That is my favorite type of play. That happened like every drive of this football game, okay? And all of them went in Pitt's favor. So that was my favorite sports moment of 2024. We kicked their butts, had a great tailgate, just cheered and was happy. And I thought everything was good. I mean, it was just like, this is the best season of my life. Everything's great. Dee, shut up. I don't want your feedback on this one. But that's my favorite sports moment. And we can just move right into the next category before Dee Dee says a word.
That Toledo game.
That happened to be Chris, it happened to be the game you were at without your family though, as well. Maybe a little influence there. Did that turn the dial up a little bit? Now they're not listening, so you could be honest with us.
What I will tell you is because they were not there, I had a few more drinks. I had a few more drinks.
Yeah.
And so I was even more I was the most into it that game than any other game. Because yeah, most games I'm like chasing a kid around the club and I'm kind of paying attention, kind of not. But this game, I was all in. And it went well. And maybe I shouldn't have brought my family back to the stadium. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe I gotta have a talk about that with them after we finish recording this podcast episode. We'll see, because it's make a break next year, but this is not the Pitt football season post-mortem. This is the Brunchy Awards, and before Didi opens his stupid mouth about this, let's just move on to the next topic, okay?
All right, cool. I'll save that for another time. All right, meme of the year. What was the meme that got you guys going all year long?
Okay, I'm just going to dive into it because I still don't understand this one. But, like, I can't pick anything other than the very demure, very mindful thing. Everybody was talking about that. I still don't get it. I don't know what it's from, but I heard that so damn much this year that I can't vote for anything else. People are still saying it to me in, like, random conversations as a joke. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm laughing at. I don't get it. But it's out there, and people like it. So that's my pick, and I don't understand why.
You haven't seen the original video?
No.
Oh, the original video is great, but it's just it's a person in their car just talking about how to dress for a job interview, and they're saying it in this voice, and the voice is what carries it. Like, the person like wants to be an influencer. Now they are an influencer, obviously, and they make really funny content. But it's like they're just saying like you've just very demure, very mindful, and it's the way they're talking, and it's just really funny the way they say it. But yeah, it's classic meme shit. It's like it's silly. You're like, why is this big? Why did this hit? And it did. But yeah,
it hit. Yeah.
Chris just gave out the Oscar for a movie he didn't understand, but he's like, you know what? I don't understand what the movie was. I don't understand the plot, but it was the best thing I saw all year.
Yeah, man. Like in some ways, especially entertainment wise, I'm a big believer in the herd mentality. Okay, because I watched.
What are you guys voting for?
I watch stuff nobody else watches. I listen to music nobody else listens to. Like, I clearly am not the go-to source for some of this shit. So, like, the worst song, I Googled it. The memes, I'm just going with the herd. Okay? I think that I'm right, even though I don't understand it.
I feel you. I just can't wait till you listen to Woman's World. Like, you gotta listen
Yeah.
to Woman's World as soon as you get off here. Like,
Yeah.
and you'll be like, "Yep, I picked right." So herd mentality isn't wrong. Isn't wrong. Dan, go for it.
A lot of choices again here this year, and it's an Olympics year, of course. I've given half my brunchies to something Olympics related, and that doesn't usually go hand in hand with a meme. But the guy from Turkey in like the pistol shooting competition, the just casual guy that Turkey sent over that they had no, trials really for. It's like they're just some guy out the street, just this casual, sidearm, side cock. And it's like, dude, it's just the Olympics. It was just absolutely amazing. I love how that didn't go away for the longest time. Was just absolutely iconic. And the Olympics gave us special memories. And that's one of them. I won't forget. And shouts to that guy. He's probably just a hero of heroes in Turkey just for being there.
For me, it's simple. Talk to her. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, that made me feel like there are these moments, you don't get them too much, where it feels like old social media, where it's just this thing that happens that is like completely ignorant, but everybody's laughing about it. No one's trying to like cancel anyone, or no one's trying to like think too hard about it. It's just like everyone knows what it is and everyone's making fun of it and everyone's laughing. And it just was this moment where everyone was just laughing. And I think people are still laughing about it. And it was just a great moment to just have it. Cause I'm like, if someone else does this, like somebody famous does this, it becomes a whole different situation. But because it was this random girl from Tennessee, I think, who does it on the street with some man on the street interview, like it becomes this hilarious thing. And I just, and who knows what happens with Talk to a Girl at this to this point afterwards, but who cares? I just think
sounds like
that
she's in
was
a little bit of
amazing.
trouble.
Oh yeah,
Quite the up and down, quite the roller coaster for her. Well,
What
that's a good point though, Didi.
bad
It's like
advice.
the fact that it was so organic
Yeah.
in nature and how it blew up was like in a way refreshing, because over half the videos I see on the internet, I'm like, we've had this conversation, Chris. You brought it up a couple weeks ago. Like, I think that everything's fake. Everything's fake. The spit takes, all that, like everything is rehearsed. It's fake. I don't find it funny because I think for the most part it's not organic. And that's just how I view things. But that was an organic moment that blew up in nature the way that it did, and was no doubt like an iconic moment of 2024. Definitely meme of the year. So that's what was nice about it. Hopefully that's how she's explaining it to her parents with her fame. It was an organic moment. Look at what we did for the internet.
Can I add an honorable mention to this category real quick?
Oh,
Dan,
Certainly.
Dan made me think of this. I totally blanked on it earlier, but the Australian breakdancer.
Yes.
Ray Gun.
Yeah,
Ray gun.
speaking of something that like was fake and a person who shouldn't have been at the Olympics.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, I wish I was more on top of this shit, but like shout out to everybody who dressed up as that for Halloween and like did what so good. So that's up there for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouts to Ray Gun. Shouts to Ray Gun.
Maybe we can have her
All
on.
right.
Think we could book her for a pod in the future? We need to book some
might.
special guests in 2025. Maybe put that as a resolution.
Well, I feel like
That
this goes.
person.
Yeah. We don't need to talk
All
to a
right.
girl. She's too popular. Get us Ray gun.
Yeah, she's way too. Yeah. She's get out of here.
Go get us Reagan.
Well, let's get into the weirdest thing we saw on the internet this year. Boys, I'm sending you a link right now. One of you guys go.
All right.
And
right,
I
see
will
ya.
explain this.
I'll go quick because this one doesn't. We actually already dug into this on a previous episode, And I haven't talked much about it, but this has continued to eat at me all year. We did a fast food review, a top 10, and KFC was number 2. And I've been thinking about that every single day. I've been thinking about that every single day as I drive. I drive past a Raisin Cane's to pick my kids up from daycare. And I'm thinking to myself as I see that big ass line in the drive-thru every single day, nobody's doing this for KFC. How is KFC number 2 on any list of fast food? I don't get it. Okay? Nobody knows anybody who goes there. Like, it just, nobody goes there. I don't get it. That's mine. That's all.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's great. That's great.
That's one of my favorite things we talked about on the brunch breakdown this year.
Yeah.
That? All right. Weirdest thing I saw on the internet this year. There was one thing I was going with, and then I saw this last night, and I was like, you know what? This takes the cake, and it's kind of timely. Boys, where would you like to spend New Year's Eve in New York City? In a posh hotel room? You know what I mean? Overlooking the ball, somewhere awesome? Or Applebee's for
Get out.
$729 a person. You can spend your New Year's Eve at Applebee's in Times Square. 5-hour open bar, champagne toast at midnight, DJs, and for special guests at Applebee's, you get a special place to watch the ball drop right outside of Applebee's in Times Square. So you get to eat the delicious Applebee's food, and there's a shared table for 2 package. You want to get a little fancy with your lady. $849 a person.
Woo!
Okay.
That's a different 2 for $20 than I've ever heard. Jeez.
Just think about getting 6. Just think about this group message. All right. Just think about this group message. Okay. Hey guys, let's get a table for 6 at Applebee's for $829 a person. So for $5,000, guys, we can get a private table at Applebee's.
It's
intriguing. I'm
this,
thinking about it.
This private couples package, $2,299. Just to get, it's a private, what's a private table at Applebee's? How private can you get at an Applebee's?
Right.
Can I switch my pick?
Guys, legit. Last night when I saw this, I was like,
I kind of love it.
I did so much Googling about this because I just I refused to believe it was real. It wasn't until I found the actual order page that it made me like, oh my God, this is a thing. I had no idea, but I was doing hardcore brunch investigating on this because I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Could you imagine paying $1,000 to eat Applebee's food all night long? I don't care where you are.
All you can eat riblets. Come on in, folks.
Like, you're paying $1,000 for food that you get for $20.
I kind of love it. Where would you
that's
rather
the
be there?
weirdest thing I saw.
Where would you rather be there or in Times Square?
I mean,
but you don't pay anything to do, but you have to stand there for hours upon hours upon hours and whatever the weather is.
I don't want to know the people who would pay that to go sit at Applebee's. Honestly, I don't want to know those people. Minus the bathroom situation, which honestly might be terrible. Maybe I'd rather have a diaper on standing in Times Square than using whatever the bathrooms at Applebee's looks like at, I don't know, 10 p.m. I have no idea.
Wow. That's going to be incredible. I wish we need a camera crew in there and just document that whole night. That's going to be special. That's going to be absolutely special. For me, weirdest thing on the internet, it's just more of, I'm just going to call it Russell Crowe's X account. That in totality is the weirdest thing, but also greatest thing I've seen on the internet in 2024. I mean, he made the most appearances on weirdest thing on the internet this year from any of us, all from me, but by any of us. He was the repeat offender many, many times. The discovery of Russell Crowe's indoor garden party into whatever the hell that is. And I can't wait to go someday to Russell Crowe's indoor garden party. Things like where he just does a 360 video and he's just like, where am I? Can you guess where I am? Have a great day. Like, it's just unbelievable. This one, Tones and I is doing a fantastic regional all ages tour in Australia at the moment, and it's creating such buzz. Very cool. That's from Russell Crowe, the Russell Crowe. Just unbelievable content that you can't get anywhere else. So thank you, Russell Crowe, for your amazing. I don't have a whole lot of reasons to stay on X. Russell Crowe is the one and only reason right now, besides this podcast, that I'm still on X. So thank you, Russell, for creating many, many weird and entertaining moments on the platform in 2024.
Dude, your obsession with Russell Crowe this year has been a lot. Well, boys, we only got a couple more categories to go here.
Yeah.
Only got a couple more, and let's get down to them. Team of the year, boys. Who's your team of the year? The 7-6 Pitt Panthers, or who else?
My team of the year is the Pitt team that was 7-0. I don't recognize anything that happened past the middle of October. Okay?
That was a different team.
Yeah.
So
injuries,
reasonable.
Injuries happen, and it wasn't that. Listen, I just watched Pitt play a bowl game in which the two quarterbacks were a walk-on and a true freshman. We were missing two of our starting receivers, half of our offensive line. It was a different team, okay? But for 7 games, when everybody was there,
Mm-hmm.
Electricity like you've never seen before, okay? So we're gonna try and bring that back next year. That's my team of the year.
Like it.
My team of the year only played 7 games.
I like it. I'll go before Didi can jump in again and say something rude. Team USA. There it is. Team USA. Or maybe if I want to get specific,
Just
the whole
everybody.
team.
The whole
All
team.
Team
all
USA.
700 of them. Just that.
All of them. Team USA. Maybe the men's
Take
gymnastics.
out the swimmers. They sucked this year. You should say, holler at the
Katie
swimmers.
Ledecky.
Be like, get out of my squad. Katie can come, but the rest.
Yeah. Letdown. A little bit of a letdown in the pool, right? A little bit of a letdown in the pool, especially at the end. You know, you got to beat the Australians as much as you can. We got to be better in 4 years. But maybe the men's gymnastic team, because that was an absolutely wild moment of the year that, like, USA men's gymnastics is never in the conversation for a medal. And the fact that our boy Steven went in there, showed up, and they stole a medal was just so great. So great. So I give it to them because, like, Team USA basketball, Team USA women's gymnastics, those are all kind of expected, right? You have a higher expectation level there. So I'll narrow it down to the men's gymnastics team because that was a pretty wild moment.
My favorite thing about the men's gymnastics was watching, like, pre-Olympics coverage, like watching, like, guys, like, breaking it down. These are Olympic experts. And the last thing this guy said on the Today Show, I think it was, he's like, just one last thing, just watch out for the men's gymnastics team. They really have a chance to medal for the first time in blah, blah, blah years. And they were like, all right, Jim, let's go to break. And they just, like, didn't care, just completely dismissed him. And I'll never forget.
Sure they do. Okay.
Because of what happened. So, like, when people started tweeting on, like, when people started, like, post social media, like, they have a chance. I couldn't stop thinking about that guy who got completely dismissed. And they were just like, they literally looked at him like the weirdest thing. It was like Hoda looks at him like, All right. Let's go
Yeah.
back. Or all right.
Okay.
More about Simone
Sure.
Biles coming up next. Yeah. So just hysterical. My team of the year goes to the 41 and 121 Chicago White Sox. The worst
Yes.
team in the history of Major League Baseball. Shouts to you for making history. This is the thing that got me interested in baseball this year, was just how bad the Chicago White Sox were. Because people kept talking about it, but it's usually that happens with a lot of teams, especially when you grew up a Pirates fan, you're used to just being miserable about their baseball team. So you're like, all right, I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll just be like a bad team. No, no, no. This team was so bad that their pitching wasn't bad. Their pitchers weren't terrible. The whole rest of the team was just so bad that they were just like, we have to pull you. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Let's just get out of here. And this team had losing streaks of 14, 12, and 21 at different points in the season. And their last month of the season, they had their best month of the season, which was 10 and 15. And I guess that was because they just were really trying not to break the record.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it. And just shouts to the Chicago White Sox. Like 41 and 121. Could you imagine? Like I had some bad basketball seasons in my life, but like that's like 25 games, 22 games. Could you imagine 121 losses? 121? That is incredible and should be celebrated. Like that's as impressive as winning 121 games as losing 121 games. It's incredible.
Arguably just as difficult. Yeah. And it's funny that people were like rooting, like in September, like you said, they started like to kind of like play better, and everybody was rooting for them to lose harder. And that month, you're like, no, 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 no. You guys are this close? No, 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 no. You have to break this record. Please keep losing. Please keep losing. And they did.
It's hard. It's hard to make history in baseball because they've been playing for so damn long, you know?
Yeah.
So when a moment like that happens, you gotta cherish it. Nice call.
Dude, incredible. All right. Let's get to album of the year. Boys, favorite album this year.
Dan,
I'll start it off.
I know where I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
Do you? I think a lot of people think they might know where I'm going with this. I try to eliminate as much bias as I can with awards like this one, especially.
All your personal relationships.
Because my personal relationships with Tyler and Josh of 21 Pilots and their album Clancy that came out this year. Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine, Charlie XCX, Brat. However, back in May, episode 193 of the Brunch Breakdown, called Summer Brunch Playlist, at the 35-minute mark, both Daniel Dudley and I declared this album had already won Album of the Year, and the race was over, and the year was not even halfway over. Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish, no question, Album of the Year.
Good pick.
Stand true to my ground. Stand true to my ground. We've had a lot of music come out since, and again, in a year where my favorite band in the world has released an album, I got to give the nod to Billie. The album was just too good. Just too damn good.
Nice. Christopher?
My album of the year is from a band that I became familiar with this year. The band's name is Good Hangs, and they put out an album called Extremely Fragile Human Being. It's not how I feel, I promise, but the album is great. It's like they're very much a kind of like a party punk rock band. So, you know, they bring a ton of energy to their songs. They're very catchy. The lyrics are very good and nostalgic. There's a song on there called I Can't Make Friends Like I Used to, which, you know, the more parenting things or the more kid shit that I go to and I interact with other parents, I feel that way. I'm like, I just don't make friends the way that I used to. So it's a song that kind of hit home. But yeah, I absolutely love that album.
Yeah. Like I've said on the Brunch Breakdown before, just because we had sex and had conceived at the same time doesn't make us friends. It's just not. It's not how it works. It's not how friendships are made. It's just not. Like you realize that as a parent. You're like, all right, like you're cool, but honestly, the rest of you, it's like, yeah, we just all had sex at the same day, at the same
My
time, in the same year.
my friends' parents are not all friends.
Nope,
Exactly.
they are not. 100%. All right. Album of the year for me. Shout out to my girl Lola Young. Not the album of the year for me, but I just want to give her a big shout out. It wasn't meant for you anyway, but album of the year for me, Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine. Uh, that's just everything to me. I love it. 12 songs, and then she made an extended version, which is like basically the whole album live, and then a remix of the boy is mine with Brandy and Monica, and it's just like just awesome. So Eternal Sunshine, I just love that. I love a good breakup album. I love breakup music. I love breakup songs. That's what this whole album is. Like I just love it. So Eternal Sunshine, Ariana Grande, album of the year for me.
Fellow emo kid, Dee, big into breakup
Hey,
songs.
listen, I love, dude. I am an emo kid at heart. All right. Now let's get into our favorite personal moment of 2024. I was gonna go heartfelt with this, but I'm not going to now.
Screw it.
For me, seeing Madonna in 2024 was awesome because she's like over 60 years old. Second song in, she's full dance off with a person that's like 40 years younger than her. And I was like, oh my God, we're really doing this. This is incredible. And then you're just going hit after hit, song after song. It's just Madonna, just all these things. It was incredible. Show was amazing. Probably the best show I went to this year. And we were so euphoric and so happy after. And it was like the next day we bought a car. Because like me and Siobhan were both off the next day, didn't have the kids with because they were all at school. So we were just out and about running around. Then we're like, let's look at cars. Bought a car. That's how great that Madonna concert was, that we were so stupid we just bought a car. So freaking shouts to Madonna for getting me my new car in March. And yeah, that's my favorite personal moment, 2024. So much fun.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought in 2024?
Hey, who would have thought?
Congratulations, Madonna. Take your time getting up to the stage. Yeah, a lot of great ones to choose from for me as well. Got to go to Yellowstone this year. Got a new job this year. But this might be maybe the first time that we've kind of given out the award to one of our own. And I have to hand the award to Dee for inviting me to the Magic Castle.
Oh,
Was super, super cool. Was amazing. My personal favorite moment of the year. Just the moment from the invitation to actually getting to go in there was, I don't know, kid in a candy store for me type of moment, and super, super cool. So Dee, I thank you. You're a winner of this award, a Brunchy, for my personal favorite moment of 2024. Over 21 Pilots. Congratulations.
Listen, Dan, you love magic, and I got the ticket to the Palace of Magic.
There you go.
So I was like, I have to call Dan and see if he can come here at some point in the next 6 months before this ticket expires. So
I'm like, I'm on a plane. Let's do it.
There you go.
I also went to a Magic Castle, but it was the one in Florida that's called the Magic Kingdom.
There you go.
I think that was probably the favorite moment. Like, you know, going to Disney for a week with kids is obviously a lot. It's like a ton of work, but it's been really cool. I mean, it was cool to be there and see how much fun the kids had. And then like, they have not stopped talking about it since we got back. And so many people said to us going into the trip, like, they're never going to remember it. Why would you spend all that money and go do it? And like, they're just going to forget about it down the road. And it's like, yeah, they're not going to remember the entire thing, but like, if they have fun, then that's good, right? Like it's good. It's a good thing, you know? So I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. They keep talking about it. They want to go back so bad. And looking back on it, like it was a lot of work, but it actually was a lot of fun. So that was my number one.
Nice.
Magic, 2-time winner. Congratulations,
Ooh,
Magic.
wow. Big thing for Magic.
Something to be said about
Oh,
Magic.
put Magic on the playlist. Remember that band?
Oh, Magic.
Is that why you got to be so rude? Is that them? That's them,
Yeah,
right?
that's them. Yeah,
Dude, that
and why
album was
not just
solid.
and then let's put little Magic by B.O.B. on the playlist.
Oh
Magic,
yeah, yeah,
magic,
yeah, yeah.
and I
All
got
right.
the magic stick. Do that one
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
let's just
Let's go, man.
Magic all over the playlist. Let's just do it. All right. So now we are down to the bruncher of the year. Our MVP of the year. Our favorite person. Boys, who you got? Who's coming to get their bruncher of the year award?
I'll go
Christy,
first.
go for it.
I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I made a very late change. And I'm gonna. I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but I am. You guys got my DM yesterday, right? Dana Holgerson has maybe had the best year of anybody I've ever heard of. Okay, I'm looking at it here. He was hired as an offensive coordinator for Nebraska for the last 3 games of the season, which then turned into a multi-million-dollar contract extension. So that's cool, right? Before that happened, he was out of football and he traveled to London, Bordeaux, the French Riviera, Monaco, Paris, Napa, Malibu, Salt Lake City, Aspen, Charleston, Baja Mar, Atlantis, Jamaica, Puerto Vallarta, Cabo, Tulum, I don't know what that is, and Cancun. Who's had a better year than that?
Nobody.
Nobody. Nobody.
I've never seen anything like it, and my wife didn't give birth this year, so I'm open to giving this award to somebody else for the first time in like 3 or 4 years.
There we go.
So who better for my first non-wife person of the year than Dana Holgerson? Who better?
Is Dana married?
He can't be.
Can't be.
There's
right?
no way he is because of the places he went to. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
there's no, like, listen, I could go to one of those places with you boys. All right. Like, wife would be like, you guys want to go to Tulum? I'll go to Tulum. Have fun. All right. But there's no way in hell that my wife is letting me go to Tulum with you guys or to Vallarta with you guys, Cancun with you guys. Like, all these places are party destinations. Even like Aspen, if you're rich, that's a party destination. Skiing, going there to party and do other things with your like most of those places are all party destinations. Like all party destinations. Like shouts to Dana Holgerson. Like chug those Red Bulls and get busy, dude. Like do your thing. Shouts to him.
Amazing.
All right. My bruncher of the year. This is coming down all the way to the wire. Like all the way to the wire. Because man. Okay. I'm giving it to Drake and Kendrick Lamar is who I'm giving it to. Because they gave me more joy this year in that 3-week stretch of time of them just releasing track after track, just eviscerating each other. And basically what they don't know is they really just gave us a collaborative EP. 9 songs. They're all heat. You can decide which one is better than whatever. It doesn't matter. Like all of those songs are so good and so focused and just like, man, it's just an awesome thing. And I really hope that at some point all those songs just get released and you can get them on vinyl or something all together. And just, it was a great time, you know? Kendrick obviously won. Drake is still in shambles because of it for some reason. But, you know, it was so much fun. We just need more excitement like that. And I just loved every second. The NBA playoffs were going on at the same time it was happening. It was just perfect timing. It was awesome. And just shouts to Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And, you know, runner-up was Ariana Grande because album,
Oh,
Wicked.
yeah.
Then, yeah. And then also she's silently taking over Christmas. It's, yeah. So but Drake and Kendrick Lamar Those are my. Come get your brunchies, guys. Together. Come up.
Yeah, together.
Dap it up. You are together my bruncher of the year.
Yeah. Not only come up separately, we have to have separate ceremonies for those two. But a good choice. I had considered Kendrick. I considered Caitlin Clark. I considered Chapel Roan for an incredible rise up year that she had. I considered Paul Skeens for my bruncher of the year and what he's doing to Pittsburgh baseball. Naturally, I considered Russell Crowe just for his sure.
Wait, you're too. I don't want to argue with you're too old to say something about like what this person's doing for Pittsburgh baseball. You've been here too long. You've been here too long.
Well, they still
no. That's why, because I've seen the bad. It's been all bad.
They
still
bad.
Suck. You lived through Andrew McCutchen. You've lived through Jason Bay. You've lived through all of these.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself.
Like there's hope. There's hope on the horizon.
No, there's not.
Let's also keep in mind, boys, do you remember this award also is supposed to be the person you want to have brunch with? Don't forget that. Don't forget that. So, Chris, you might want to change your place.
I thought about that heavily, Dan. I thought about I would like to have brunch in all of those locations with Dana. Yes, I thought about that.
So think about why Paul Skeens was on that list another time, okay? So think about it. Russell Crowe, naturally, on the list. These are not winners. This isn't your brunchy. This is my brunchy.
I'm still stuck on your Paul Skeens. I'm still stuck on Paul Skeens because I know where you're going. You're talking about his girlfriend and like what is any? I've heard this from so many of our friends. Like, what are you gonna do?
I think it'd be entertaining. I think.
What are you gonna do?
Brunch.
Nothing.
You're just gonna sit there, you creep. Just going.
All of my married friends are like, "Oh, Livy Dunn's in Pittsburgh." What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. Stop it.
So if I said Russell Wilson and Sierra, would that be any different? Could I say that?
What?
That's because Russell Wilson and Sierra, that's different because I could have things to talk about with Sierra because Sierra's like my age. I have nothing to talk about. What am I talking to Livy Dunn about? What the hell? I'm just gonna stare at her. What am I going to talk about? But Sierra, I could actually make up conversation to just stare at Sierra. You know,
I don't have a problem with you having brunch with Paul Skeens. Just don't act like you're going to do anything about his girlfriend, and don't act like
I'm not.
Don't act like he's changing Pittsburgh baseball because by the time he gets good, he's gone, and we're not going to win anything.
He is. He is. We'll be in the playoffs in 2 years, thanks to Paul Skeens.
We just Kanye'd Dan's
Brunch
award.
You did. Screw both of you. Didi, I take your award back. If you let me finish. Can I finish? Can you let me finish? Pitbull, strongly considered for his amazing partnership of Florida Atlantic Stadium, now Pitbull Stadium, Dale Stadium. A lot of great nominees. But my bruncher of the year goes to Snoop Dogg. It's got to go to Snoop Dogg. What he did, he got paid $8.5 million to go on a vacation for 2.5 weeks to Paris, to work a little bit for NBC, to swim in a hotel pool with Michael Phelps, to sit with every famous Olympian's parents and sit there and root them on and get more screen time than any athlete did. He has a bowl game named after him. He's on The Voice. He just had an absolutely incredible year and someone I think would be delightful to have brunch with. So Snoop Dogg, congratulations. You are the bruncher of the year.
Beautiful. That's a great pick. How he became America's sweetheart this year is just stuff of legend.
Just, he had no past. It was all been forgotten.
Love it.
Superstar.
Love it. Well, boys, that's the brunchies. Always fun.
Another year.
Always good. And do you have any predictions for 2025, guys? Any predictions? Any feelings going forward?
Pitt is either going to make the college football playoff or we will finish the season without a head coach.
Finish the season without a head coach. Yikes.
Finish the season.
Mid-season fire. Yeah, we got a new athletic director. I think next year is going to be pretty stressful.
Yeah. He might be a little gun shy versus based on his Auburn time. Here's two for you. One, Pirates will have a winning season because of Paul Skeens. I'm gonna shove it down both your throats. Because I actually watched him, and then after the NBA season, this offseason, LeBron is going to announce he's got 1 year left. He's going to go on the Kobe retirement tour, and he's going to get his flowers everywhere he goes. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. All right. All right.
1 more year. 1 more run at it.
Okay. My prediction is one of the people that I can't wait to have brunch with this year. Drake is going to have a big year. It's going to come. He's going to come back. It will be a big year for him, and I'm fully aware of it's just going to happen. It's going to be a big year for Drake. And one thing in 2025 that I really wish would go away. Stop making new social medias, everyone. That's what I need to stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Stop. Because I clicked around on Blue
Amen.
Sky the other day, and I got to tell you, I don't like it over there. I don't like it over there. I don't like people over there. I see what they're trying to do, but I don't like them. Blue Sky ain't for me, man. Not for me. Might be for the brunch breakdown, but it won't be for me. So, yeah. Stop making new social medias, guys. Stop doing it.
Yeah. In fact, we might have one less in a couple of weeks. So we're just, I'd be fine taking a couple out, right? We're losing some streaming services. Like, we could lose a couple of social media platforms. I'd be totally fine with that.
Please.
Please.
Well, thanks for listening to the Brunch Breakdown and the Brunchies. Make sure you check out the playlist, The Sounds of Brunch, which is going to be packed with songs about magic and all our favorite songs of the year on Spotify. So make sure you check that out. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play The Sounds of Brunch. And boys, any final thoughts? Didi,
thanks for helping me get this hoodie this year. I've enjoyed it.
Oh, wearing a someone
Magic.
hoodie right now.
There you go.
Yeah. If you weren't watching, Chris and Didi in their casual street clothes, but I'm here appropriately dressed for the award ceremony. But it was a pleasure, as always, Boyd. Looking forward to another magical 2025 with you both.
And that's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.